Crashlands is a cute, charming RPG which you should get your hands on today.
I'm not sponsored.
And in fact, it's so bloody good that I'm going to start with the negatives because it can only go uphill. And oh boy, does it go uphill. So, the first negative is the controls. They're kind of meh. Along with the AI, but you know, there's not much you can do with this style of a game and that style of an AI. But I believe you could improve everything. It took me a while to figure out there was WASD. I haven't played with a controller yet, so maybe that's just me. But the controls gonna be a little bit better. The next complaint that I don't personally find, but other people may struggle with, is it's kind of grindy. The game is basically you're grinding up to the next level on little monster things. And people may not like that, so just warning you, I'm just gonna tell you how it makes it. So the story, it's a cute little thing that doesn't take itself seriously, which is what I love in games, where it doesn't take itself seriously, except when it needs to be. Unless it's definitely what the story does. So that being said, the plot, I say that loosely, is you're a purple alien woman that got crash landed on a planet, and because a space guy took your thing. It couldn't be more cliche. But first off, I'm gonna take the survival out of it, because boy, unless you're picking fights 24/7 with these foot creatures, you ain't doing squat to survive. There's no hunger, there's no hydration, there's no degrees Celsius or whatever. You're just there, and you can live forever if you want, unless you run into this thing, which is your fault then. So, hell, even if you die, the game leaves out all of your things on a silver platter waiting for it. Not even all of your things, like a quarter of your, I don't know the numbers, but it does hold your hand a little bit too much, and that could be a complaint, but you know,
I love it.
So what about inventory, you may be asking? Well, this game don't have none of that shit. Let me rephrase. Infinite. It's infinite. How many games do that? And how many games pull it off like that? Because I have to say, the devs did wonders on this one, because they pulled it off so well. I have never seen a game that's removed an aspect which players normally love. You love micromanaging your inventory, but no, this is a game about collecting, and your inventory is fit. It complements that. It complements it, and that's what games should do. Features should complement each other to make it easier and or harder and or less frustrating to deal with. And now let's talk about frustration, because I mentioned it and it's a good segue point. So frustration, if you're looking to have a bad time, this game isn't it. It's not difficult by any means, it's just a learning game of learning patterns of the enemies. And you can't stay mad at this music, man. You can't.
It's beautiful.
That's right, the music of all things is the giant cold bucket of water ready to pour on you if you have any inch of heat in your veins. And it does a damn good job of doing that. Because if I want to listen to any music for 12 hours straight, mashing on monsters, doing backwards and forwards, I wouldn't pick anything different to this game's music, because it nails it on the head. Perfect amount of getting into a head, and the perfect amount of non-repetitivism. It's not repetitive. So you can listen to it over and over and over again and it won't. It's just there. It's just there. I'm here. That's what music in games should be. It just should be here. And then it should be. Oh right, look, it's calming, so it's a calm thing.
Some good shit.
So let's talk about combat. I briefly mentioned this earlier, but combat, like I said, it's just a learning game. You could argue that every game with combat is a learning game, But let me tell you why this is different. It's a little bit spicy. It's different because it actually shows you where the enemy is going to be in, say, like 5 seconds time. So it makes the enemies really easy to learn each new one you go on to. For example, first enemy in game. Oh, great big red glowing circle. I'm just gonna move away. Oh, look, he's up to me. Then the second enemy. Oh, look at that red strip. What am I going to? Oh my god, it's charging me. Third enemy. These 3 glowing lights. I wonder what it did. Oh my god, it's shooting out balls. You get the point. This game has a really steady, easy learning curve to get into. And it even spells it out for you if you should be fighting this enemy. Look at this. It's an orange name. You maybe be able to take that on, but it's not that. You're not that strong. Or the yellow. A piece of cake. Or the red.
Would you go and get your ass teared out, son?
And this could all go around back into the whole holding hand thing, which I know a lot of players don't like, but this game, it's necessary. Because if they threw you into this, my god, you're gonna have a bad time. Like I said, if there's a red thing above their name, they're gonna fuck you up. And if a player isn't aware of this, they're gonna get their ass beat. And if aspects of survival were thrown in, like temperature, hunger and stuff, that would just make it 10 times harder. I'm still dying a little bit, even though I know the patterns. I know when I die, I feel like it's my fault, not the game's. And that's the charm that Super Meat Boy had, of all things. The greatest indie game of 2014, whenever it was fucking released. So moving on to the final features, which is the RPG elements, where you level up your gear, and you level up your weapons and such, and you get more weapons and nukes. You can get nukes. And let's quickly get sidetracked with pets, because if you see an enemy, there's almost 100% chance that you can tame that enemy onto your side and let it fight for you. That's the coolest thing I've seen in a long time. Anyway, gear. It's the main driving force behind everything you do to get better gear and such. Even though following the main quest isn't. I didn't care too much of the story, but you can clear out the quests first and get gear. But you know, gear is essential to some of the things that happen in the quest. You fight a boss, there's bosses, there's dungeons, and if you're ill prepared for that, you won't be able to do it. So yeah, so essentially this game just burns down to you beat up a certain animal for a long time, you get all the gear from that animal, then you move on to the next animal and the next animal and the next animal till you wipe out the entire world and you get everything you need from that world. Then you go onto a new planet and then you do the same thing again. Sounds fun. Anyway, quests. Like I said, I didn't care too much for the main story, but I did appreciate the dialogue, in which it could have made me laugh if I wasn't dead, because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning when I played them. So yeah, me even playing it at 2 o'clock shows how relaxing it is. Okay, I'm just gonna stop with the relaxation because it's relaxing. Fucking hell. So yeah, the main dialogue, the main quest, the main storyline isn't that serious, doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's a good thing. But if you're going into this thinking you're gonna have a serious time, you're gonna have a serious battle with serious things and with serious monsters, that's not what's gonna go down. You're gonna meet a bunch of goofs that need stuff doing because they're incapable. Because there's one dude who has a blood disorder, and guess what happens when he gets cut or hit? He bleeds. Oh no, that's super exclusive to him, right? No, they're incapable little shitlords, and you need to help them get up the fucking stairs because you're clearly the new guy around here, and you're gonna do everything for us. Also, I just summed up the entire game for you, so I'm sorry about that. But spoilers. Overall, it's a fun, relaxing time with really fun and bubbly developers, which you don't see from AAA titles anymore. You see it from indie games like this, and it feels like the developers really love their creation. They do update it every once in a while, so when you buy it, it's not the full game. I'll promise you that. There is definitely going to be content in the future for you to download and stuff like that. So the rest is up to you. I've done what I can as a reviewer, and at this moment in time I put around 12 hours into it, so that just shows you I don't feel like I've even scratched the surface to this game as well. I've only completed the first planet, which maybe seems It's like a lot, but it goes by really fast, and, you know, could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Once again, it's up to you now. Would you buy this game? I don't know. Tell me in the comments below if you bought this game. It's a really good game and it'll make me happy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
It's so big!